Hi, Tim Barrie from Holistic Web Presence here. In this video, I'm going to give you some insight into a new role that we're recruiting for, which is a local presence digital marketing specialist. In order to do that, the first thing I'm going to do is to go through a little bit about Holistic Web Presence, who we are, what we do, and the nature of the clients that we support, so that you'll have context for the description of the job itself. Then I'll go in to describe the nature of the work, what the job is, and talk about the progression, the career path within Holistic, and the pay and all the details associated with it. So the point of this video is so that you can have a good insight into what the nature of the role is and what the pay is, so you can decide whether this is the kind of work or the kind of job that you're looking for. First then, Holistic Web Presence. A typical client for us is a small local business, so something like a local attorney, a CPA, specialist builder, that sort of company, somebody that serves a local market. Now we have some larger clients, for example, vacation related companies in the Caribbean, national manufacturers and companies like that. However, our main focus is on small local businesses. A lot of these small businesses, the problem they face is that maybe they've got a website or they've had a website built for them. They've got a website because they're supposed to have one. They don't really know, well, why do they have a website? It just seems to be something that you have to have nowadays in order to be a real business. And they'll send people to their website in order to substantiate that they're a real business or to show something about the nature of the services they provide or the products that they sell. But the website itself probably hasn't done much for them in the past, other than just being a kind of credibility stamp, somewhere to send people to for more information. What we do is we turn those websites into machines that generate new business for those clients. Now, a lot of small business owners are somewhat skeptical. They don't really believe that their website is ever going to do much for them because their experience to date has been that that's exactly what it hasn't done. It hasn't brought them very many new clients. What we do is turn their website into a complete game changer for their business, one that causes their phone to ring every day or for new clients to be ordering new products from them. Now, when that happens, it's a complete game changer for the company. If you're a small business owner, one of the biggest challenges you have is stability of your business. How often are you going to get new clients? And if you can get clients on a regular basis, that enables you to hire people, you know you're going to meet payroll, and all these things are major issues for most business owners. So if they can have a mechanism for reliably getting new customers calling them on a regular basis, everything changes for that business. And that's what we do. We increase the visibility of the websites and the visibility of various forms of online real estate that present their business and their services, such that people come across them all the time and it generates business for them. We also focus on the website and turn it into something that when people go there, they don't just look at it and move on, but they actually decide to pick up the phone. Now, if you're able to achieve that for a company and change the nature of the way they do business so that people are finding them all the time, and their business grows, they want to keep working with you. And fundamentally, we believe if we do a really good job for the companies that we work for, what they will then do is they will recommend us. And it's true to say that most of our businesses come from referrals of that sort. We rarely lose a client. If you're a business owner and you're working with somebody at a marketing level and they're bringing you business all the time, you're not going to want to stop doing it. If anything, as you grow, you're going to want to increase the amount that you do. And that's a typical model for us. Now, of course, how we cause that to happen becomes very complicated. There's a whole range of different things we do. What I'm going to do is just describe how we do it at a very high level, the foundation of the process, so you get the general idea. What we do is we help our clients to create really good content that makes their website an authority on the subject or the marketplace that they're in, and then promote that content. Now, there's a number of different mechanisms for increasing the visibility of that content, for defining what the quality of that content is, the medium through which it's delivered, and the degree to which it converts. This particular role, initially at least, focused on one particular aspect of that, and that is how the business shows up in lots of different business listings and in various forms of social websites. The prerequisite skill set for this job isn't experience in doing business listings or in doing digital marketing, so much as it is just core good writing skills. You've got to be able to write well, write in an interesting way, and write with very good grammar. What you'll be doing is you'll be doing lots of versions of descriptions of the particular businesses that we're promoting and of the services that they provide, and you'll be posting those on lots and lots and lots of different places online. So you've got to be able to write something, reversion something, so rewrite a business description, do a really good job of it. It's got to make sense, it's got to be grammatically correct, and then you've got to be able to post that somewhere. We don't have the time to teach somebody how to write well. If you can write well, then we can teach you how to do the digital marketing component, how to take the content and optimize it in such a way that it's going to increase the visibility of that business. If you have some experience in creating business listings and in creating social accounts and interacting on social accounts, then that's great and that'll help with that part of it. But if your writing isn't very good and your grammar is off, then everything falls apart. Now let's show you some examples of the sort of thing I'm talking about. So I'm going to pick Holistic Web Presence itself to give you some sense of this. And in order to do that, you need to have some understanding of a search results page. So when you Google something, when you put in a search phrase on Google, and in this instance what I've done is I put in Holistic Web Presence itself, you get a bunch of search results. This is AdWords. This is organic ranking. So all these results under the ads, sometimes there's 1 to 4 ads here. Everything else under here is ranking organically. This is videos that I've previously done ranking on this page. Now within that, there are various social sites. So Glassdoor is a social site, for example, to do with recruiting and to do with reviews that our own staff have given us. So you can look at that and you might find that interesting to see what our own staff say about working here. Yelp is a business listing site. This is Google My Business. So this is a business listing on Google My Business. And you can see how the degree to which the Google My Business listing shows up under this particular key phrase and how Yelp shows up, and LinkedIn, and lots. There's literally hundreds of places to list businesses. In order to be successful at this role, you've got to be comfortable creating lots of accounts like this, creating LinkedIn accounts for clients, creating Google My Business accounts, creating all kinds of different accounts. There'll literally be several hundred different places that you can list a business. You need to understand and learn what all those are, and we provide training on that. So you don't have to be an expert on that out of the gate, but you have to be comfortable creating accounts and writing a description of the business and then posting that online. In general, and I'm going to vastly oversimplify here, this is what it's all about. Let me show you a specific example. Let's say your heating system is broken down. You're now going to type in something to find a company to come and service it for you. So let's just imagine you're in Orange in California, which is Orange is a city in California. Then you might type something like this: HVAC repair, Orange, CA. There's a lot of different phrases that you might type. You might type heating system repair, you might type air conditioning repair, or you might type HVAC, or a ton of different phrases. But let's just pick on this one for the example. When I do that search, what you get is you get this result here, often, not always, and this is called the local map pack. And what it's doing is it's showing you local businesses that provide this service, or at least this is what Google thinks should be local businesses that will provide that service. The goal is to get in this map pack, this first one of these first 3 places, and have your business show up here and look positive. As you can see, all these little dots, they're all HVAC repair places in and around Orange in California, but there are only 3 places. So how do you get your client in the top 3 places? That's what we focus on, and we go beyond that to make them even more visible. But there's lots of other places you can list the business as well. This again is Google My Business, but then there's Yelp, Angie's List, Yellow Pages, Bing. There's all kinds of different places, and the more places that the business is listed, the more it affects what shows up in the map pack, along with a whole ton of other things that you can do to increase the likelihood that your company or the company that we're supporting shows up within this map pack. The more companies there are locally, the harder it is to do. But it's not just a question of listing the business, but you've got to figure out how can you make your business stand out and be in the map pack when there are a whole ton of other people also trying to compete for those places. Now, we provide training on how to do that, and we're very good at it. And there are lots of other aspects of this job. I'm just touching the surface of it. So, for example, reviews. When the client shows up there, do they show up well? So helping the client to get reviews and understand how to get reviews, and making sure that this looks positive in the search results is a key part of the process as well. Doing this work is a creative process of writing content, creating accounts, and testing the results to see whether the business listings that you're creating are producing the desired result that you want. Typically it's multi-step. If you try and list a business, you don't just go in and type it in, the business is listed. There's a verification process, and there's lots of multi-steps you have to go through in order to successfully list that business. And there's lots of extra content you can add, rich images, videos, and all sorts of content you can add within those business listings. So typically you'll be doing multiple business listings at one time, starting the process, going through the process of getting that business listing visible, and then improving the business listing over time. So you'll have concurrent projects that you'll be working on for multiple clients. So you need to be able to start a process and then manage that process in concurrency with other projects, so that you go back to it and check to see if it's been done, whether it's been accepted, whether it's been verified, and are there things that you can do to enhance it. You've got to be comfortable talking to clients to make sure that the descriptions you're providing are accurate, describing the business properly and fully. Also understanding the synergistic relationship between the business listings and the actual visibility of the website itself. The two have a very strong synergistic relationship. So it's worth just spending a moment on what I mean by that, because I use the word synergy and a lot of people don't quite understand what that means. Let's just define it here. Synergy is the interaction of one or more things. So in this instance, I'm talking about business listings and the client's website itself and other properties that they may have. That's what this is saying. So two different things. The combined effect is greater than the sum of the two individual things. So if we do a really good job at the business listing side of things, it helps the website to increase in visibility. If we do a really good job on the website, it helps the business listings to improve. So if we do both, it's a kind of holistic relationship between the two. So you'll be working with a team that will be working on the website, you'll be involved in the content on the website, and you'll actually be putting content on the website itself that is consistent with the content that's in the business listings. Now, typically when we hire somebody into a role like this, on average, in our experience, assuming that they haven't been doing business listings to any degree before, maybe they've done one or two, but that's all. If this is something they haven't focused on before, then it takes them about 6 months to get to them from the point of starting to do this, learning how to do this, to the point where they get good at doing that. So what we do in this particular role, the pay when you start, you're in a trainee position until such time as you actually get good at doing this and you're able to produce. You're not just doing the listings, but you're getting really good results in terms of increasing our clients' visibility and hitting the map pack and getting multiple results come up on page one. So there's quite a learning curve with that, and we have to help work with you and help train you through that process. So it's a training salary to start with at $12 an hour. Once you get to the point where you get good at this and you're producing the right kind of results, then your pay is increased proportional to the revenue we get from those clients. So you not only get your base salary, but you get additional salary that is a percentage of the revenue that we get. The more clients you're able to work on and the more clients you're able to do this, the more you can increase your earnings. There's no top end to that. The better you get at this, the faster you get at this, and the better results that you get, the more you can earn over time. I would encourage you to think in terms of, you will have a number of months that you will go through, and it's not set 6 months, because everybody's different in terms of how fast they can progress in this role, but there will be a number of months where you'll be on that type of a salary before you start to earn more money. So you've got to be able to live on that in the interim period. This is a full-time job. The assumption is you're going to work 40 hours a week. However, it's not a real-time job, meaning you don't have to work from 9 to 5 or from 8 to 5 or whatever. You can work the hours that suits you. If you want to start late in the morning and work into the evening, that's fine. If you want to miss a day during the week and work over the weekend, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. The point is that you get the results, and we really look at the results more than the hours. We're assuming you're working full-time, and that's important. If you don't work full-time, you won't put in enough time to get really good at this. It's only by getting good at this that you're going to earn good money. Now, beyond this local visibility, local digital marketing specialist role, there's the opportunity to progress further into the company, where you get much more into the development of the websites themselves and the new content that we're putting on the website. And then you can earn even more money again. From there, you can progress to being an account manager and looking after individual clients completely and managing the overall projects that we have on there. So there's a very solid career path with increasing pay as you go through those different aspects of the role and your knowledge and expertise improves. So if all this sounds like something that will be fun, I certainly find it fun and incredibly interesting. If this is something you want to do and you're happy to go through that learning curve, then all you need to do is give me a call. When I chat to you, I'll be looking for two things. I'll be wanting to understand, can you actually communicate on the phone? Some people call me and they don't seem to be able to express themselves. That's really important because you've got to be able to talk to customers. It's not a sales role, but you've got to be able to communicate well, and you've got to have some level of energy and enthusiasm. I'll want to understand a little bit about your background in terms of your working career, what sort of jobs that you've done and what sort of experience you've got. If everything sounds right, we'll give you the opportunity to go to the next level, which will be a simple writing challenge. We'll give you 3 choices on what subject to write about, and we'll ask you to create 1,000 words. And what we'll be looking for, if you decide to take on that challenge, is can you write? Can you make what you write interesting? Can you do research? Because the assumption is you won't necessarily know anything about the subject we give you to write about. Can you write with good grammar? If you can pass that test, then you're well on the way to getting this particular job. We're not looking for experience in doing digital marketing. We're looking for the ability to communicate well verbally and the ability to write well. If you have those core skills, then there's a good chance that you can be successful at this role. So if this sounds interesting and you're willing to take on that writing challenge, that writing audition, give me a call and let's have a chat. I'd love to hear from you.